Have you ever been on a speed date? You know, one of those things where they get a bunch of strangers in a room and try to figure out if they like each other and want to spend more time with each other? Well, me neither. Not my bag. But I tell you what is my bag: automotive speed dating. But I've gotten pretty darn good at it over the years. I've driven million-dollar concepts, I've driven prototypes, I've even driven an F1 car. And today I get to drive this. This is the 2020 Chevrolet Corvette, the new mid-engine car that I've been dying to drive since I was a little kid, and it's finally here. Now, I admit, for me, the new C8's looks haven't always been love at first sight. I've always liked the rounded, almost voluptuous looks of Corvette's past, but this new mid-engine car strikes me as more angular than organic, a little bit of a paint-by-numbers mid-engine supercar. That said, the more time I spend around it in person, the more I'm coming around. Your mileage may vary. Yes, sir. That's impressive. So I've only got about 45 minutes behind the wheel here, so I'm going to make the most of it. And what I notice is it feels totally different right from the get-go, because the nose is so much shorter and your visibility outward is so much better. You don't have that long nose where the engine used to be, but you do have fender peaks, which is an important thing for a Corvette, because you want to know where you can place the wheels. Rear visibility straight out back through the rearview mirror, honestly, not so great as you'd expect, because you've got a pane of glass right behind the seats, and then you've got one before you get to the outside world. The good news is you actually have a digital display mirror that allows you a much broader field of view. Everything is extremely driver-focused in the interior. Now, you'd expect that with a sports car, but I really mean it here. You've got a very high center console with the HVAC controls and some other buttons, and you've got the center infotainment screen that's canted very strongly toward the driver. If you're a passenger, this car really isn't for you. You just get to enjoy the view out. Everything is about the driver here. And I've got great access to the infotainment screen. It's within super easy reach, which is important because you don't want to take your hands off the wheel with a car that has 490 horsepower. One of the great things about this Squircle steering wheel is, in addition to the fact that it feels awesome in the hands at 3 and 9 and has these great big metallic flappy paddles that just feel really good and make a nice sound when you clack on them. One of the less great things is that the C8 is dual clutch or no clutch. There's no manual transmission option like before. That's hardly unprecedented among modern supercars and sports cars, but it does signal a change of focus for the Vette, one that's already upset more than a few of the faithful. Over the years, GM has taken a lot of grief for Corvette interiors. Now, the last C7 I thought was a massive, massive improvement, but this C8 is leagues ahead. The fit, the finish, this is a pre-production car, and it looks like it came right off the line. It feels really, really solid. The materials are soft to the touch that you want to be soft to the touch. Everything is in its right place. They've just done a really nice job. So I'm no giant among men. I'm about 5'9". I've got plenty of space in here. You could easily clear a helmet. And I'm not anywhere near all the way back toward the firewall. So there's plenty of space, and I have really easy access to all the controls. They did a really nice job. So the great thing about a mid-engine architecture is that the back end of this car is just welded to the ground. You don't have any squirming under hard acceleration. Plus, the ride quality here is excellent, regardless of whether you're in standard tour or sport modes. The new structure feels rock solid. So I really want a mountain road, or better yet, a closed racetrack to have fun with this car. I only have it for a very short period of time, but what I can tell you is that I'm hugely impressed. The grip in this car is outstanding. Turn and feel is excellent. They did their homework here. Package-wise, right on. Feels like a significantly smaller car, much more wieldy than the old car. By comparison, the old C7 required some muscling around, a reality rammed home by heavier inputs like the manual's clutch pedal and short throw shifter. The C8 is much more of a finesse car, like a Porsche or a McLaren. For many of us, that's good news, but it's a change that's probably going to rub some traditionalists the wrong way as well. You can't not smile. And you can't not smile when looking at the Corvette's pricing, too. It starts at just under 60 grand, though my loaded 3LT with the Z51 performance package, magnetic shocks, and heavy-duty cooling runs nearly 86K delivered. That's about the same as a well-equipped Cayman S, which is a great car, but it's a lot less powerful. Even loaded up, the C8 seems like an unbeatable value. Now that is something Corvette loyalists should find comfortingly familiar.